Inshallah, we'll find our way.
Surah Al-Qalam. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. The first 7 or 9 ayat of this surah, and I think 7, are the second wahi to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The first is the 5 first ayat of Surah Al-Alaq. Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq, khalaqal insana min alaq. And the second wahi is this. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Noon wal qalami wa yasturun. It is starting with one letter, Noon. We had already Surah Qaf, Surah Sad. This is the third one. Wal qalami wa ma yasturun. And by the pen and by that which they write. Ma anta bi ni'mati rabbika bi majnoon. You, O Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, are not by the blessing of your Lord a madman or a possessed man by demons or crazy. No, nothing of the sort. Now actually this was the first reaction of the people of Makkah. When the first wahi came to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he came and he said, an angel came to me, I was alone in Hira, and this thing happened. So maybe a general reaction, and it was not in enmity, I think. It was simple reaction. Oh, maybe some jinn has possessed him. Maybe it was some delusion, some illusion, some hallucination. What has happened to him? So that was the first reaction. And people started saying, he has gone mad, perhaps. He has lost his mental balance, perhaps. Perhaps he has been possessed by some evil spirit or jinn. But when the Prophet heard these things, he was hurt. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is consoling him. No, don't feel hurt. Noon qalami wa ma yasturun. The pen and all this academic record that this pen has collected, it testifies that you, O Muhammad, cannot be a mad person. Nobody can say this. وَإِنَّ لَكَ لَأَجْرًا غَيْرَ مَمْنُونَ. And for you, there is going to be a reward which will be unending. وَإِنَّكَ لَعَلَى خُلُقٍ عَظِيمٍ. And surely you are on an extremely sublime character. Can any madman have this type of character which you have, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Actually, these people have gone mad. فَسَتُبْصِرُ وَيُبْصِرُونَ. So very soon, you will also see and they will also see. بِأَيِّكُمُ الْمَفْتُونَ. Who among you was afflicted with madness? إِنَّ رَبَّكَ هُوَ عَالَمُ بِمَنْ ضَلَّ عَنْ سَبِيلِهِ وَهُوَ عَالَمُ بِالْمُهْتَدِينَ. Surely your Lord knows best who has gone astray from his way, and he knows best who are rightly guided. These are the 7 ayat. We end here. فَلَا تُطِعِ الْمُكَذِّبِينَ. Now this is later period, these ayat which are being revealed at some later time and joined here. So Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you don't obey, or you don't even listen attentively to these people who are belying you. وَدُّوا لَوْ تُدْهِنُوا فَيُدْهِنُونَ. They wish that you should be ready to make a compromise, so that they will also make a compromise. وَلَا تُطِعْ كُلَّ حَلَّافٍ مَهِينٍ. Don't obey the mean swearer. This is Walid bin Mughira or Akhnas bin Quraysh. Hammaz bin Mash'aim bin Amim. The famer, going about with calumnies. Manna'il lil khair, hinderer of good. Mu'tadin, transgressor. Asim, sinful. Utullin, harsh. Ba'da zalika zanim. And besides all that, of doubtful birth. Ankana zamalin wa banin. Only because he has wealth and sons? إِذَا تُتْلَى عَلَيْهِ آيَاتُنَا قَالَ أَسَاطِيرُ الْأَوَّلِينَ. Whenever revelations are recited unto him, he says, fables of the ancients. سَنَسِمُهُ عَلَى الْخُرْطُومِ. We shall put a seal on his prominent nose. إِنَّا بَلَوْنَاهُمْ كَمَا بَلَوْنَا أَصْحَابَ الْجَنَّةِ. Now a story of some people who owned a garden, some brothers. And the garden, the fruit was ready to be plucked. So they made a decision at night that we shall tomorrow go and pluck the fruit. And they didn't say inshallah. This is a story of those people who believe in Allah, who are not mushriks, who believe in Allah, but they are so much overwhelmed with this worldly life that they forget Allah. And secondly, because they are not keeping Allah's remembrance in their mind, their character goes down. Moral values go down. So this is in a form of a parable, this condition of most of the people who live in this world, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given as an example. We have tried them just as we tried the owners of the garden. When they swore that they would certainly pluck its fruit in the morning. And they made no exception. They didn't say, inshallah. No. We shall definitely. Tomorrow we have to go. We have to do it. Now during the night, a visitation from your Lord visited the garden while they were sleeping. Some hot air blew and the whole of the garden was burnt. فَأَصْبَحَتْ كَالصَّرِيمِ. So the garden became as if it has already been plucked. فَتَنَادَى مُصْبِحِينَ. There in the garden this has happened. They are at their house. In the morning they are calling each other. Then they called out one to another in the morning. أَلِغْدُوا عَلَىٰ حَرْثِكُمْ إِن كُنتُمْ صَارِمِينَ. If you want really to pluck the fruit, then go early to your farm. فَانْطَلَقُوا. Then they departed. وَهُمْ يَتَخَافَتُونَ. And they were saying to each other in low voice, Allah yadkhulunnaha al-yawma alaykum miskin. Let no needy and poor person enter it today. Why should they come? What right they have? We worked over this garden. We looked after it. We watered it. Now the fruit is ours. Not these beggars. These poor men, they gather so that they should also be given something. Why should they get? So see to it that today no beggar, no poor man enters there. Now this is the level of their morality. They have gone down so low. وَغَدَوْا عَلَىٰ عَبْدِ الْقَادِرِينَ. And then they went fully determined in their purpose. فَلَمَّا رَأَوْهَا. Now when they saw their garden, قَالُوا إِنَّا لَضَالُّونَ. They said, oh, we have forgotten the way, we have come astray. This is not our garden. بَلْ نَحْنُ مَحْرُومُونَ. But then they realized, oh, we have been deprived. قَالَ أَوْسَطُهُمْ أَلَمْ أَقُلْ لَكُمْ لَوْلَا تُسَبِّحُونَ. The middle one, moderate of them, said, did I not keep saying to you, why do you not glorify Allah? Why have you forgotten Allah? لَوْلَا تُسَبِّحُونَ. Now they said, قَالُوا سُبْحَانَ رَبِّنَا إِنَّا كُنَّا ظَالِمِينَ. They said, glory to our Lord, surely we were the evildoers. فَأَقْبَلَ بَعْضُهُمْ عَلَىٰ بَعْضٍ يَتَلَاوَمُونَ. Then they advanced one against the other, blaming each other. You did it, you did it. You made us forget Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You did that. And for that reason, we forgot Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and so on. And in the end, قَالُوا يَا وَيْلَنَا إِنَّا كُنَّا طَاغِينَ. Woe to us, surely we were all transgressors. عَسَىٰ رَبُّنَا يُبْدِلَنَا خَيْرًا مِنْهَا. It may be that our Lord gives us in exchange a better garden than this. إِنَّا إِلَىٰ رَبِّنَا رَاغِبُونَ. Surely we are beseechers to our Lord. Now the ayah, this is the lesson, the moral lesson of the story. كَذَٰلِكَ الْعَذَابُ. In this way chastisement comes. وَالْعَذَابُ الْآخِرَةِ أَكْبَرُ. But the chastisement of the hereafter would be much greater. لَوْ كَانُوا يَعْلَمُونَ. Only if they had known. Because here, if one harvest is gone, you can hope to have the second harvest. But then in the hereafter, no harvest. No chance more. So that is the chastisement. If you keep it away from your mind, just forget, just leave it. No akhirah. Although They believe in Allah. And they are not mushriks. But forgetful of Allah and low in character. Most of the people belong to this category. Inna lil muttaqina inda rabbihim jannatin na'im. Now, contrary to that, verily for those who fear Allah, for them there are the gardens of bliss with their Lord. Afanaj'alul muslimina kal mujrimin. Shall we then treat those who submit to us in Islam like the guilty? If there is no akhirah, then both become equal. People who are guilty and people who are doing good deeds, they are equal. If there is no akhirah, no resurrection, no reward, no punishment. Ma lakum kayfa afanaj'alul muslimina kal mujrimin. Ma lakum kayfa tahkumun. What has happened to you? How do you judge? Am lakum kitabun fihi tadrusun. Is there a book for you wherein you study? Inna lakum fihi lama takhayyarun. That you shall surely have in the akhirah what you choose. Am lakum aymanun alayna balighatun ila yawmil qiyamah. Do they have the oath from us regarding the day of resurrection? Inna lakum lama tahkumun. That you shall have whatever you judge. Salhum. Ask him, O Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, ayyuhum bi zalika za'im. Who can guarantee this? Am lahum shuraka. Are there any associates with them? Falyatu bi shurakaihim in kanu sadiqin. If they are truthful, then they should bring their shuraka, those who they associate with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yawma yukshafu an saqin. The day when the shin will be laid bare. Shin of Allah. Now we can't say what will be its form. But in the Sahih of Imam Bukhari rahmatullah alayh, there is a hadith from Abu Sa'id Khudri radiyallahu anhu, which says it means this, that in the day of judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will show to the people some of his grandeur, which he is referring as the shin. And then they will be asked to prostrate before Allah. يَوْمَ يُشْرَفُ عَنْ سَاقٍ وَيُدْعَوْنَ إِلَى السُّجُودِ فَلَا يَسْتَطِيعُونَ. These unbelievers, disbelievers will not be able to prostrate at that time. They will try, they will want, but no. It will be made impossible for them. Because in the life before that, in the world, they didn't used to prostrate before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. At that time, what will happen? خَاشِيَةً أَبْصَارُهُمْ. Their looks will be downcast. تَرْحَقُهُمْ ذِلَّةٌ. And humiliation will spread over them. وَقَدْ كَانُوا يُدْعَوْنَ إِلَى السُّجُودِ وَهُمْ سَالِمُونَ. And they were used, they were called to prostrate before their Lord when they were healthy and sound. فَذَرْنِي. So leave me, O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. وَمَنْ يُكَذِّبُ بِهَذَا الْحَدِيثِ. And those who belie this Quran, سَنَسْتَدْرِجُهُمْ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. We shall step by step lead them on whence they know not. We will give them respite and then pull towards Jahannam. Then some respite, then pull. Just as you know, somebody who's fishing, he lets the string go, then he pulls towards him, etc. فَأُمْلِي لَهُمْ إِنَّ كَيْدِي مَتِينٌ. I will give them respite, but surely my plan is firm. أَمْ تَصَلُهُمْ أَجْرًا فَهُمْ مِنْ مَغْرَمٍ مُثْقَلُونَ. Do you, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, ask them for a reward so they are burdened with a debt? أَمْ إِنَّهُمُ الْغَيْبُ فَهُمْ يَكْتُبُونَ. Or they have the knowledge of the unseen and they are writing it down. فَاصْبِرْ لِحُكْمِ رَبِّكَ. So wait, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, for the command of your Lord. وَلَا تَكُنْ كَصَاحِبِ الْحُوتِ. And don't be like the companion of the fish, Hazrat Yunus alayhi salatu wassalam, who without the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala left his nation. So he was punished. He was swallowed by a fish. And then when he, called Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the belly of that fish, La ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu min al-zalimin, then Allah excused him. And then he was vomited by the fish on the bear's coast of, as far as I think, Makran. فَاصْبِرْ لِحُكْمِ رَبِّكَ وَلَا تَكُنْ كَصَاحِبِ الْحُوتِ. So wait patiently for your Lord's judgment and be not like the companion of the fish. when he cried out while he was in anguish, La ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu minaz zalimin. Lawla anta darakahu ni'matu min rabbih lanubidha bil ara'i wa huwa mazmun. Had he not a blessing from his Lord which reached him, he was actually already thrown on a plain ground near the coast. And he was masmoom, he was in disgrace. Fajtabahu rabbahu, but later Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala excused him, pardoned him, and he chose him again, who brought him nearer to him. Fajalahu min as-salihin, and then he made him from among the righteous people. وَإِن يَكَادُ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا لَيُزْلِقُونَكَ بِأَبْصَارِهِمْ لَمَّا سَمِعُوا الذِّكْرَ. And verily those who disbelieve will almost make you slip with their eyes, with their gazes. They used to see Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam with very piercing gazes, piercing eyes. Maybe to kill his will. Or it was also, an occult science, so you can overcome somebody's will through this effect through your eyes. So they are doing so. Lamma sami'u zikr, when they are listening to the revelations and the admonition, وَيَقُولُونَ إِنَّهُ لَمَجْنُونَ, and they are saying that verily he is majnoon. He has been either possessed by a demon or jinn or some evil spirit, or he has gone mad. فَمَا هُوَ إِلَّا ذِكْرٌ لِلْعَالَمِينَ. Whereas the reality is that it is nothing, this Quran is nothing, but an admonition and reminding for all the peoples of the world.
Turn to Allah, He's never far away. Put your trust in Him, raise your hands and pray. Ooh, ya Allah, guide my steps, don't let me go astray. You're the only one who can show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Inshallah.